Good evening, I'm Rick Tillery. Trish has the night off. Thanks for joining us. The Josephine County Board of Commissioners is tacking on a few extra things to November's ballot, trying to get some feedback from voters. News 10's Caitlin Conrad has more on that from the News Center with more in tonight's top story at 6.
Rick, Josephine County's ballot will look a little different this year. For the first time since 1984, commissioners are asking for voters' opinions on 4 different questions. They say it's a good way to gauge where the public's at since drastic changes went into effect this spring. The questions on the ballot all have ties to the state of the county's criminal justice system.
The system isn't working the way it needs to right now.
Josephine County Commissioner Simon Hare says the board wants to know if voters think public safety is working in their town or if it could be improved.
I think we're always looking for ways to make government more efficient.
Here's what the board is asking. First, do residents think the county's criminal justice system is meeting their needs? Second, are federal timber funds a good source of money? Third, should the county look at imposing a sales tax? And finally, should commissioners look at combining the Grants Pass Public Safety Department and Josephine County Sheriff's Office?
Historically, when people have talked about that, there's been some reluctance because as long as the county is paying 58 cents per thousand, city residents are paying $1.69 or $1.79 for their criminal justice. There isn't that equity.
This isn't the first time the county has proposed making the police and sheriff's office one agency.
They tried this back in 1991 from what I understand, and it resoundingly was a no from both sides.
Sheriff Gil Gilbertson says it wouldn't make sense to combine the two, but he thinks voters should have their say.
Look at both budgets and examine, is there some way that we can get the same services or better at a lesser cost? I think we owe it to the people to examine that.
Another thing the public might find unpopular is the idea of a sales tax.
Taxes in general are something that Josephine County has not historically supported, and that's pretty evident by the lowest tax rate for property in the state.
Hare says he thinks the tax could hurt the county.
Josephine County would be put on a map as kind of an island in Oregon without a sales tax, as a place to maybe that tourists would want to avoid.
When all the ballots are counted up, commissioners will review the public's thoughts and possibly write new measures for when voters are asked to make decisions again come May. There will also be several online surveys for voters to fill out. Hare says that information will be sent out with voters or to voters along with their tax documents. Covering your news, Caitlin Conrad, News 10.